everybody, it's Carrie. How are you doing? I hope it's actual autumn where you are. It is not here. It is second summer. It has been second summer. It is hot. I'm not amused. I'm ready for it to be cooler. So if any of you saw on Instagram, this is a little while back now, I had posted that I was in the worst planner funk I have ever experienced in my entire life. And I was looking for help. And so many of you had so many fantastic suggestions. I read through them all. And then I figured it out. I figured out what my problem was when I was really sick. I knew I needed portable. So Passport TN was my obvious go-to, and the Passport TN wasn't doing it for me. And I realized I needed to be able to move things around. Just logistically, I needed to be able to move things around to make my brain happy. I needed to be able to move things around. So pocket rings. I don't believe I have ever been in a pocket rings. And I've been planning for a long time, but I don't believe I've ever been in pocket rings. So I'm just gonna show you how I have this set up. Like I said, I set it up while I was sick, but I have been in it for maybe a month-ish, somewhere in there. I am in love with it. This cover smells amazing. The leather is beautiful. This is I'm gonna probably mispronounce it, Bersong A7, so pocket rings cover. I'll put links to everything down below. The leather feels amazing. I am tickled. I am so beyond tickled with the cover, with the setup. I have not been this thrilled and just content and like full of joy over my planner. I hope that doesn't sound crazy, but if you're planner people, maybe that makes sense to you. I hope it doesn't sound silly, but this is, for right now, for me, this is perfection. And after being in such a funk for so long, having something be exactly what I need it to be and tick all the boxes feels so good. So I'm gonna show you how I have this thing set up. So inside, in the front cover, this does have a big back pocket. I have just some spare inserts back there. These are 25mm rings. I did try putting 30mm rings in it. I personally am not overly fond of 30mm rings because of how thick it makes the spine. I have small hands, and once you add that little bit, this can almost feel like too much. This feels perfect. This really feels nice in the hand. So there are 25mm rings in there. In the front pocket, I have my icon stickers from Randy.Plans, and these are the ones I use the most. So I have the meal, the ticket, like a little movie ticket, a little traveler's notebook, an open book, and the phone. And those are the ones I tend to use the most. And then we'll just flip to the back cover. I have my large line dates from Randy.Plans. Those go in my journal. My whimsy card from Southern Belle Plans. And then in this pocket, I also have a couple more icon stickers from Randy.Plans that I use. These are, I don't remember which these are. Oh yeah, my notebook and my YouTube stickers. So that is the amount of stickers that I carry with me, at least. I do have a zipper pouch from Southern Belle Plans that has like all my deco stickers and whatnot, but those all stay in that zipper pouch. I don't carry them in here. So first little front cover page here. This did come with a leather flyleaf. I took it out. It takes up a lot of space on the rings. It was really pretty. I really liked it. I go back and forth with leather flyleafs. I put them in, take them out, put them in, take them out. I could make room for it on the rings here. I have a full year of monthlies. I don't need that. I could take 6 months of monthlies out, but I haven't. So I obviously haven't missed the flyleaf too badly. So this first dashboard is from another website. I'm probably going to mispronounce this one as well. Crea with Gabby. Like I said, I'll link everything down below. This was a digital dashboard that I absolutely love. The clip is from Southern Belle Plans, and then I just have it clipped to some cardstock because I don't have that leather flyleaf up here, and I don't have any page lifters in this size. And I do have extra page lifters in personal size, and I knew I could probably cut them down kind of well, but then punching them, I knew I would either not be able to do it or I would break my punch. So a little bit of thick cardstock clipped to the back of that, job done. The first little section here is the year. I have a 2025 overview from WatchBeccaPlan. That's a freebie. However, if you go check out, I have a link down below to where you can find all of these. You can buy her a coffee, and I suggest you do. And then I have my husband's work schedule. This is a fold out from PeanutsPlannerCo. The Undated bundle, I believe it's the yearly Undated bundle number 104. So I split this up 2025 and 2026. So July to December is 25, January to June is 26. I've really been leaning toward, for a long time now, setting my planner up on an academic year. Our entire lives revolve around the academic year. We've got kid in school, kids in college. My husband works in hockey, which runs during the academic year. So it just makes more sense to just set my planner up during the academic year. Then I have the 2026 overview, also from WatchBeccaPlan. That is just for next year. And then this is my book section for the year. This I made on Canva, and that one. And this one is a freebie from Ghoulie_plans on Instagram. And this is just another 2025 overview from WatchBeccaPlan. And I just highlight a day that I finish a book. I have not been reading. Look at this. This is just so much less than I usually read. And then behind that is just the list of books that I've read this year and where they were from, like whether I downloaded them from the public library, whether they were physical copies, whatever. Purely for my own enjoyment. It is not anything I need, but I like having some place to track it other than in an app. This one I made on Canva. This one is from Canva. And these little section covers on vellum, I made those on Canva as well. So this is my little GTD section. This first part is my inbox. The grid pages that you're gonna see throughout here, these are all also from WatchBeccaPlan. So this is my inbox. This one is waiting on. This one is follow up. This one is contact. This one is to buy, which is not like basic weekly stuff like, oh, groceries or, stuff like that. This is either planner stuff I'm thinking I'm going to want for next year, the fact that we need to replace the oven, stuff like that, kind of like more long-term. Not going to buy it right now, like planner stuff for 26. I'm not buying that yet, but I don't want to forget exactly what I'm wanting or what I'm thinking about getting now. So this is a good place to hold that. And then my project section, usually I have a whole section in the back when I'm in a ring planner for projects. I moved it up here with the GTD stuff. It just made sense to me for now. For the project section, I have one of these grid pages from WatchBeccaPlan that is just each project, and that's it, just like the title of the project. And then behind that, these list pages are also from WatchBeccaPlan, and these have each project broken out. If I need more space than that, I also have these notes pages. These are from CreffectivePaper, and I think these, if I'm remembering correctly, these were a freebie for signing up for their email newsletter. So, and these are great because if it's something I need more space, let's say, then I have this option or this option. I also use these in the back to put recipes on in my home section. I'm not a great cook or a big cook or anything, but it's nice to have the recipes with me in the grocery store. So, because sometimes I make decisions last minute and sometimes I can't get a signal in the back of the grocery store. So pulling up recipes digitally and trying to find ingredients does not always work. So I have some of these in the home section in the back as well. This dashboard is also from Create with Gabby. This is a digital from Southern Belle Plan's October kit from 2024. I had these in my passport last fall, and because it's the same size and I love them so much, I just punched them and popped them in here. My monthly is a month on 4 pages from AnalogAlicia on Instagram. I am finding it to be perfect. There's a cover page for the month. Like here's July. There's your monthly. You've got grid space over here if you want to use it. Usually I just decorate that, but this was back planned, so I didn't. And then you have a list and a grid section on the back. So here I just put stuff I need to get done. Most of the time, this is stuff that has come forward from the project section. At least that's kind of what it's morphed into in the last month or so I've been using it. And this is usually what I've been reading, what I've been watching. Since I moved everything, I've been reading into one list up there. This has just been kind of what I've been watching or listening to. So that is what August, again, back planned, looked like. Everything's color coded. And then that's the back page of August. Here was the first page of September. Actually, I need to pull this off of here because it is October now. Stickers are from Southern Belle Plans. The little holiday stickers are from Paper Planner Bliss. That one's from Southern Belle Plans, but that one's from Paper Planner Bliss. And then that is the back page of September. There's the cover page for October. Again, Southern Belle Plans. And that is what October is looking like. Now these little guys, I have a couple sets of these that were made for the Day Designer from Studio L2E. Well, these are from Studio L2E, the Day Designer isn't. These were made to fit into the Day Designer, and because I had a spare set of them, I decided to fiddle with the ones that I already had in my Day Designer. I pulled them out. I cut off the spiral insert part where you snap it into the spiral, and I have bottom tabs, which made me very happy. So that way I still have a backup set if I ever go back into my Day Designer. So that is October, and then I have the rest of the year in here. Now what I do for the upcoming months is these are monthly sticky notes from Plan with Bee. This is how I pre-plan for the month instead of going in and writing directly on here. I did go ahead and sticker the holidays for the rest of the year and the birthdays and whatnot. But this is where I put like book releases, stuff come out on TV you might want to watch, appointments that are coming up, important dates coming up. I stick them on the sticky note. When I come time to set up that month, that's when I put it in here. And this is why I don't have, you know, something up in the year section for like way down the road type of planning. So that is what those are for. And like I said, I have a whole year in here. I have through the end of June. I could take January through June out of here. I don't need it. I have done that in the past, kept 6 months of monthlies, and then these I would just put on like one spread. I'd just take 2 blank pieces of paper, put 3 of these on one side stacked, 3 of these on the other side stacked, and be done with it. But I really like them all in here, so we're gonna leave them for now. So that is my month on 4 pages from AnalogAlicia on Instagram. And then we have the weekly. Again, these little monthly separators, I made those on Canva. This is a month on 1 page horizontal from CreffectivePaper. Again, everything is Pocket Plus or Pocket XL. These are kind of barren here because I was so sick for so long. Again, everything is color coded. And then I have another one of those little kind of dashboards from Studio L2E from my Day Designer. This month I'm trying something a little bit different. I have like stuff that I've bought groceries for to make meals with during the week. I just keep a list. The days on this sticky note mean nothing. This is just the stuff that I have on hand to make for supper. And then, because when you have a picky kid, it sometimes helps to just have a list of here's what I can make, what do you want? Or here's what I am making, that's what we're having. And then this project sticky note is from Alibi Design Studio, and it's a printable. And this one, I just listed the October projects. I pulled that forward from the GTD section up front so that I have it in front of me when my weekly is open. These are the projects I need to be working on this month. And then obviously there's what the weekly looks like. So small list, tracker, appointments, bill due dates, stuff like that. And I do have the whole year in here because it's easy, or not the whole year, I'm sorry. I have September through December in here. I did already stack up what like January through June would be like, how thick it would be, because it's a week on a page, very thin. So I can fit 6 months of weeklies in here, no problem. So that is through December. And then the next section is the daily. This is another one from Southern Belle Plans that I put together from the digitals. And this dashboard is another one from Create with Gabby. And this is my dailies. Oh, I don't know where I got that from. That's gonna bother me. That's gonna bother me. All deco stickers in this part are Southern Belle Plans. These are dailies. It's day on 1 page from CreffectivePaper. I like it because I have more list space, note space, and a smaller schedule. I go back and forth on whether I really need a schedule. I really don't. Everything scheduled is on the weekly. I had debated on going to like a week on 2 page vertical and using that for my dailies, but I'm kind of enjoying the space. I'm really, and there's been a couple times the space has been useful. So everything's color coded. This is what it looks like. Sometimes when I find things, I print them out and stick them on here. I put the high and low temperature at the top of the timeline. And this is when I was really not feeling well. And the beginning of the month of this is back planned because I was just using the weeklies. And then this is where, see, this is me setting up this planner while I was sick. And times I took Advil and what my temperature was and all of that good stuff. So just do a quick flip of September so you can see it. We have been obsessed with Le Poisson Steve. See, like Monday I filled that completely up. Yesterday, not so much. And then we are into October. This is all Southern Belle plans as well. I took some of the October stickers from Southern Belle plans and stuck them on vellum so I'd be able to reuse them and move them around because they're so darn pretty. And then another one of these from Studio L2E, and this is where just the step-by-step stuff of those projects that are in the weekly goes here so I don't forget to do it. So I have the rest of October in here, and then we're into the journal section. There's nothing in here yet because I pulled out my September stuff. So this is a good time to look at it. I made that on Canva. Again, Southern Belle plans that I just stuck on the vellum. And this is how I set up my journal. I have a little cover page for the month. And then I have a spread for gratitude. I try to do 1 line a day for gratitude. I can do more than 1 line a day, and this should do it for the month. I can easily fit 31 entries in here, more actually, because the grid space is just, I love this grid paper from WatchBeccaPlan, especially in a small format planner like this. It's not too small because that will get to me if the grid is too small. But if it were big, I'd be writing bigger. And this is this is really comfortable for me as far as my normal writing size. I really, really like the size of this grid. And then the next thing after my gratitude is the JournalingHome kit for the month. So I print those. And then what I'll do is this will stay right here, right after my gratitude. And then the first one will go at the beginning of that particular week. So I'll move this because this is October 1st through the 10th. I'll move this to back here. When I'm through those and I'm to October 11th through 20th, I will move this in there. So these will separate out my weeks, or this month she's done it in 3 sections. So these will be put into my journal writing, which happens on these grid pages, to kind of divvy up the month. And then I'll just cross off, sometimes I'll just cross off on here, days that I journaled. And then the last section is, I called it lists. It's a hodgepodge. The first section is home. So this is where I have a running list of what we've had for supper, some recipes. These are the ones that I'm forever referencing in the store because I'll think, oh, I want to make that. And then if I try to look it up on my phone, 9 times out of 10, I can't get a signal. This is school stuff for me. I have a section for Liam. In both of those, I am using, I'm going to flip to the back of this. I am using a weekday, 2025, 2026 weekday tracker from WatchBeccaPlan. I love this because it's academic year and it's weekdays only, 2025 on one side, 2026 on the other. It's perfect. You can get a lot of information on one of these. Love it. The next section is just work stuff. This is like the GTD read along, I don't know, I just called it work. I don't know, work tends to encompass a lot of stuff for me, so it was just easier to call it work. And then the next section is finances, which is really honestly just a bunch of sticky notes. I keep a lot of that in a big spreadsheet. But if there's something specific, like right now we're paying medical bills, so I have specific logs of that, so I am on top of it. And then behind that, I just have sticky notes stuck down. These are paper test designs. This one was Alibi Design Studio. I showed you that one earlier. This is another one of the little dashboards or inserts from Studio L2E, the meal ideas one, and my daily routines one. So that's where I pull those sticky notes from up front from. And then I love my creepy little card here. When the hockey team goes to, oh my gosh, where is this hotel at? I just had a brain cramp. Anyway, to the Dorian. It's based on Dorian Gray. So the room key is like, you know, his portrait. I love it. And then in the back, I have more page flags and that is it. I can't tell you how happy I am in this. I am so incredibly content. I haven't felt the need to mess with it. I had a lot of fun setting it up, even though I was so sick. It gave me something to do when I was that sick. It was easy, but kept my brain entertained. But it's just flowing. Everything is flowing so well. Like the flow of information into and out of, finding things, not having to worry about where to put something, not having to worry about if I can find it once I put it in there. This is just, my brain is incredibly happy. So thank you to all of you who submitted, suggestions when I said, I'm in a planner funk and I'm freaking out, because we solved it. We solved it with your help. I solved it, and I could not be happier. I really appreciate it. So stay tuned for the read along of Getting Things Done by David Allen. Those videos will be going up on Sundays or Mondays, and I will talk to you all soon. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for choosing to spend some time with me. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.